标不求，步步超標。Hello，我哋你哋呢度打波啊？係啊，馬張靠到我哋啦。我哋一早啊喺網上預約咗啦，嚟到即刻有得用啦。咁係點預約㗎？
申請一張運動二卡就可以預約場地㗎啦，可以親身去現場申請，或者網上面申請都得。申請嘅地點可以喺體育局嘅網站見到㗎。咁我哋都快啲辦張運動二卡先。
如果想了解多啲，可以上體育局公共體育設施網絡了解返。
公共體育設施網絡。佢哋竟然做好準備，熱愛球類運動嘅你，又點可以錯過由體育局舉辦嘅2019秋季自由波地球類比賽？9月22號，氹仔中央公園自由波地，賽出風格，超越自我，快啲嚟報名啦！查詢熱線28236363，齊運動健體魄，你我做得到。
Experience the Sun City Cruise 66th Macau Grand Prix.
嚟緊體育健康諮詢集同大眾康體中醫健康時運動地點舉辦，歡迎市民踴躍參與。
Officials for the ball game are in Taiwan from Korea, Budi Malvan from Indonesia, and Jun Yuichi from Japan.
Fourth and final game of day one of the East Asia Super League Terrific 12. Battle between TNT KaTropa and Liaoning Flying Leopards of China. TNT KaTropa, of course, from the Philippines. This is a battle from Group D of the 12-team East Asia Super League. Liaoning parading two former NBA players in the much hyped Lance Stephenson and Salah Mejri. Should be interesting as Lance Stephenson is the first player on the court wearing that #1 jersey for Liaoning.
And you know, Lance Stephenson, arguably the player with the biggest noise, biggest buzz heading into this tournament. But you know, although the other guy who is in the NBA, not in the lineup of Liaoning, is KJ McDaniels, who's on the side of the TNT KaTropa. And it's been a while since he was in the league, but that guy can do a lot of damage as well. Of course, the third guy is on your screens, Salah Mejri, who recently represented his home country, Tunisia, in the FIBA World Cup.
Should be an interesting matchup here. Mackenzie Moore is the other import of TNT KaTropa. And they start out with David Semrad, JK Casino, Samboy De Leon.
Here we go.
In the five for Liaoning.
Leopards.
For Liaoning, it's Gao, Stevenson, Heng, Liu, and Li Xiaoshu. Ball is up and we are underway. TNT KaTropa in white. And they begin the ball game as McDaniel knocking down the three in the first possession.
Well, you know, for Liaoning, they have a lot of talented guys there as well, but someone we're not seeing on their lineup right now, not on their bench, is Boy Luz. However, no better start to this matchup. A three from McDaniels, a three from Stephenson.
Two former NBA players showing their class immediately.
And they are matched up against each other. De Leon has it.
McDaniels. Shot clock winding down for TNT, and McDaniels lays it in. And taking it into Stephenson, who just recently played for the Los Angeles Lakers. 5-3, all 5 points coming from KJ McDaniels for TNT KaTropa.
Now I heard that Mackenzie Moore, the guy who's covering Stephenson right now, has taken it upon him, has actually volunteered to shut down Lance Stephenson. Let's see if that happens. Moore will miss his first attempt of the game.
Well, he was successful on that one. As Moore almost comes up with a steal, it's a turnover for Liaoning.
Well, these two teams very talented, that's for sure. For the TNT KaTropa, they recently were in the finals of the Philippine Basketball Association Commissioners Cup. And over on the side of the Liaoning Flying Leopards, they were in the semifinals of the last season of the CBA.
McDaniels with another three, too strong. Moore with a rebound. Kenzie Moore. Coach Mark Tickle asking for the KaTropa to move that ball around. Casino with a jumper. That won't work. And Liaoning goes back the other way. Gao Xiyan.
We did mention no Go Ailun for Liaoning, but also on the other side, no Jason Castro for the TNT KaTropa.
He suited up, and he said he might play a few minutes, but really just coming off a break. Jason Castro has a layup right there from Hee Chan Chu.
No, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if out of nowhere, he is expected to play limited minutes at the most, but I see him on the far end of the bench warming up. You can't help it if you're a basketball player. Yeah. You watch a great basketball game, you want to be a part of it.
Absolutely, as more. The jumper is short. McDaniels with another three. Short as well. Stevenson back the other way for Liaoning. Thought about that. Liu knocks down the three.
Liu Shixian, one of 4 national team players, Chinese national team players on the side of Liaoning.
This is a loaded Liaoning squad. Turnover for TNT.
But a couple of them actually not in uniform. One of them is Han Dejun, who actually was expected to form the Twin Towers for Liaoning together with Salad Medjri. Han Dejun, one of the guys who had been a part of the Chinese national team that competed in the 2017 FIBA Asia Cup, but he's not in uniform right now for Liaoning.
TNT KaTropa with possession more as David Semera drops to the floor. There's a foul on Li Xiaoshu.
Again, Li is one of those guys who is part of the national team. So the side of Coach Guo Shiqiang really going hard to begin this game.
More. Top of the key. Uses the Semerat pick. Samboy De Leon putting the move in. Lost the handle. More relocates. 3-ball on the way. No. Stevenson with a strong rebound.
He's trying to go.
Lance Stevenson all the way to the rack.
I think we can expect a lot of those.
It's a 5-point lead for Liaoning.
There was a buzzer. There was a timeout called, but I guess players extra eager and did not hear that buzzer. But we have a stoppage. It's still the Chinese team Liaoning up by 5, 10-5.
I need some people, some party people, to jump on stage and rage with your bro. Oh, that's why I'm calling all my ravers, best in candy flavors. Calling all my hipsters, too cool to be my listeners. Calling all the scenesters with ironic t-shirts. Say no to drugs, K for pay, and free Justin Bieber. Excuse me, who are you? Excuse me, who are you? I am the conductor, the beat is your instructor. All aboard! Get on that party train.
現場嘅朋友，請俾最熱烈嘅掌聲送俾 TNT。
TNT KaTropa trailing early here, 5-10. As the Liaoning Flying Leopards of China. Taking Casino, bringing that ball down. There's a whistle.
I think it has something to do with the clock.
Again.
Yeah, in the third game, this is our fourth game. Our fourth game already today.
Oh, that
but it happened a lot in our third game between San Miguel Beermen and the Shenzhen Aviators. A lot of stoppages because of some technical difficulties.
AJ McDaniels for 3. Now 1 for 4 from beyond the arc.
You know, it happens, Adolf, when you hit that first one, you start feeling that everything's gonna fall in. Oh, I think Gao Xian got away with a step on the line.
Yeah, Salah Medjri is entering the game. He replaces Li Xiaoshu.
For the Flying Leopards.
David Semera has the responsibility to guard Medjri, 7-footer here. Stevenson using the Medjri pick. Medjri inside and he scores.
That's the NBA connection there for Liaoning.
Samboy De Leon from the corner. The ball is short. Medjri with a rebound. Ahead to Stevenson. Quickly down court to Kong. Back to Stevenson. Double team. Steal here for TNT KaTropa. AJ McDaniels. Looking for De Leon, and he was stepping on the line. And he tried to tap that ball to Samboy De Leon. Turnover for KaTropa. Ball goes to Liaoning.
Gotta love the effort that Medjri put in there just to stop that attack.
Now Xiyan goes to Stevenson. Wide open three. That won't work. Rebound, Samboy De Leon. De Leon looking for more. Asking for Semerat to provide the pick. Mackenzie Moore goes to Casino from the corner. Three on the way, no good. De Leon too strong on the putback.
He did not really have a good hold of that basketball. That's why it was a little bit out of control.
Casino asking for it. Offensive foul on Semerat.
He tried to set the screen to free up Casino, but did a little bit too much.
I think KaTropa having problems here offensively. Just 5 points so far, all coming from KJ McDaniels. And in comes RR Pugoy, replacing De Leon. RR Pugoy, of course, just coming off a stint with the Philippine team in the 2019 FIBA World Cup in China.
And Pugoy definitely will be a big help for that team.
I think KaTropa having problems with the size of Salah Medjri. Another foul on David Semerat.
Now, actually, it wasn't Salah Medjri who was initially expected to suit up for Liaoning. It was Brandon Bass, another NBA talent. But I feel like this could work well because the size and the agility of Medjri, of course, you know, Brandon Bass obviously would bring a different kind of boost to their team. So far, so good for the Flying Leopards.
RV Carey in the ball game as well. This is KJ McDaniels against Stevenson. He draws the foul. A long drought already for TNT KaTropa. They haven't scored in a while.
Yeah, and all 5 points have been KJ McDaniels. He can add more.
That's a foul on Stevenson.
2 free throws for KJ McDaniels.
KJ McDaniels, really known for his defensive chops when he was still in the NBA.
And his leaping ability. He has crazy hops.
2 for 2 for KJ McDaniels. The lead is down to 5 for Liaoning. Go to Medjri, double team. Stevenson lost the handle, too strong on the pass from Medjri. And TNT KaTropa back the other way, they have the ball. Moore. Medjri right in front of him. Moore goes all the way to the cup, blocked by Medjri. Stevenson hasn't taken a breather, that's a steal for Pugoy.
He wants to get it to Moore.
McDaniels inside, two-handed flush.
That should get them going. Have climbed to within 3 points.
All 9 points of KaTropa courtesy of KJ McDaniels. Free ball by Gao, no. The stick back coming from Wang Huadong, a rookie. 22 years old for Liaoning.
You know, size-wise, that's where the advantage lies for Liaoning. But a lot of experience going the way of the TNT KaTropa. You know, what we're seeing here with the Chinese teams, we saw it as well with the Guangxia Lions earlier, with the Shenzhen Aviators. They are fielding in a lot of young guys that they hope will continue to grow with the exposure here in the Terrific 12.
Now Liaoning really preparing for a big season. They're coming off a season that ended in heartbreak. They went on a 25-game winning streak in the CBA. That's just amazing. McDaniels draws closer, jumper doesn't drop, and two players of Liaoning going after that rebound, and ball will stay with KaTropa.
You know what that reminds me of? That 25-0 win streak, 25 win streak. Remember when the Warriors, they got that 73-9 season only to fall short eventually.
A record-breaking season. Mejri on the move. That's McDaniels whistled for the foul as he met Mejri in the air. Center goes to the line for 2 free throws. Wow, really? The turnout in this edition of the Terrific 12 has been incredible, and we're only on day 1.
I agree, and I think this is just about to grow because it's the first day of the tournament, and I'm hoping that we still get to tap into a larger audience. I know you guys are enjoying wherever you're watching this game on, but we do want to emphasize that it's still a different experience when you're actually here watching these teams play live.
Absolutely. More. Shot clock winding down. 5 seconds. Vosotros goes to Pugoy from the corner. 3 ball is good for RR Pugoy.
That's a specialty of Pugoy, hitting 3s from the corner off of kickouts nonetheless.
KaTropa within 4. Foul on Almond Vosotros. Recently acquired. Free agent by the TNT KaTropa.
And he will send a flying leopard to the free throw line, Gao, because they are in penalty.
Gao Xian has not taken a breather. Gu Ailun usually starts for Liaoning, but Gao getting his chance here. The lefty makes his first free throw.
We haven't seen Go, not even here in Macau with the team. But let's remember that Go did some heavy lifting as well in the FIBA World Cup just a couple of weeks ago.
Wouldn't it be? It would have been amazing. 2 of the best.
Not
point
even
guards.
a couple of weeks ago. I mean, a few days ago.
2 of the best point guards.
Definitely.
In Asia.
We've been treated to so many battles between Jason Castro and Go Ailun, and we were ready to witness another one here. But I think it's time also that we get to know some other names from these teams.
Yeah, other players getting the spotlight. Moore swings it over to McDaniel. McDaniel stepping back. 3 ball on the way. No good. Vosotros grabbing the rebound. Pugoy goes to Harvey Carey. Mejri moving his feet very well. Shot clock winding down. Vosotros with a fadeaway. That's good.
And that's why the TNT KaTropa signed that guy, Almond Vosotros, because he can get them buckets.
He's never gun shy. Almond Vosotros. At any level. 3 ball. No. That's a miss. Moore. Carry from the corner. Just hits the side of the board.
Horrible miss there, but that's not really his range, and that's why he couldn't get it.
The kick out. It's now with Liu Zhuan. Liu goes to the other side. They swing it over to Yu Chen. Another miss from beyond the arc. And Moore wants to slow things down.
Would be wise to do that.
Pugoy for 3. No good. Mejri with a rebound. Mejri, the big man, bringing that ball down. And
that's what happens when the big man brings the ball down. That's why you always give it to a guard. I mean, there are big men, obviously, who can do that, but it's just a little bit of a reach to be the one to bring the ball down for Liaoning.
Mario Magat is in the game. Moore. Hasn't gotten a bucket just yet. Pugoy on the move. Pugoy. No. Daniels put back. Just Not able to get that one to go. Medri inside. Medri looking for a teammate.
There's a help coming from Magat. One ball fake and the defense was out, opening that 3-point attempt for Wang Huadong.
Ball fake doing wonders for Wang. As Liaoning giving up the foul there. Not yet in the penalty.
First foul, third team foul.
That was actually just their second team foul. The Chinese have done a very good job in staying away from fouls, and that's why they can afford to slow down this last possession of TNT.
4.6 seconds remaining for TNT to get a bucket. Moore draws the foul. Basket is good. And Moore will troop to the line to get a bonus as time expires in this first period.
And Mackenzie Moore will have a bonus free throw to shoot. There will be time put back on the clock because a foul could not have been whistled if it was 0-0.
Getting the bump there.
And wisely putting up that shot after receiving the bump. And he also initiated it because he was trying to create that separation. So he dipped his body into the defender. He used that little step back to get that up.
That's the first basket of Moore, so they put 0.3 of a second.
Now, if you're Liaoning, you want to put rebounders there because what you don't want is a missed free throw and then a tip in for TNT.
Moore makes the bonus. That will do it. First period down at Hapsek Stadium. Now the Flying Leopards of China off to a great start against TNT KaTropa of the Philippines. 21-17.
Top play!
Liaoning leads TNT.
嚟自韓國嘅 Top play。 Thank you so much for Top play.
Entry of the Liaoning Flying Leopards. TNT KaTropa of the Philippines, 21-17. As we begin the second period, and lo and behold, TNT KaTropa parading Jason Castro for the second period here. Castro joins Salmon Basotros, Mackenzie Moore, Marion Magat, and KJ McDaniels as the 5 on the floor to start the second period.
And that's going to be a big addition for that team. And there were some rumors, some questions on whether Castro would see action or not. And it's a good sign for TNT that their best player in Castro, once touted as the best point guard in Asia, is on the floor.
Liaoning Liaoning begin proceedings in the second period here. Again, inadvertent buzzer.
The clock did not start, and that's been the problem since that game between the Shenzhen Aviators and the Sangyo Beermen.
Lance Stevenson back on the floor.
I think right now, you can argue that this is one of the strongest fives of the Liaoning Flying Leopards, because you have your two imports, Salad Medjri, Lance Stevenson. You have two national team players in Li Xiaoshu and Yu Jixuan.
On the move, blocked. That's McDaniels coming up with a stop, or Mario Magat rather. And then Li Xiaoshu. Stevenson open. Too strong on the three. Castro with a rebound. And the crowd coming alive with the blur on the floor. That's his moniker, Jason Castro. Alvin Vosotros for three. No. Stevenson with a rebound.
You can tell that a new player for TNT, Almond Vosotros, they're trying to really get him in the mix of things. And while obviously teams are not taking this tournament lightly, we also have to make that point again, that they are using this as well as a platform to prepare themselves from their upcoming tournaments in their home leagues. As by the time that TNT gets back to Manila, to the Philippines, the new conference of the Philippine Basketball Association would have started already.
Yeah, and badly needed tune-up for TNT. For that third conference, as Frank Golia enters the game, facing Alvin Vosotros. So Jason Castro will now bring the ball down for TNT.
Lance Stevenson saying, I got this guy. I got McDaniels. You go find a different guy, he says to Li Xiaoshu. More.
Uses the Magat pick.
Trying to go one-on-one. Wanted, to involve Golia. But even with that position, even if Golia had received that pass, it wasn't the best position for Golia to have that basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. Frank Golia, of course, big man. He wants to operate inside. This is Lance Stevenson against Kenzie Moore. Lance with a step back three. No. Another offensive rebound for Liaoning. Stevenson takes it in, taking the contact. Put back doesn't drop. Back comes KaTropa.
And Stevenson is trying to take over this game.
Moore for three. That's good, finally.
Mackenzie Moore,
cutting the lead to three with 8:20 remaining in the second period.
He had been looking for that outside shot. But look at him really try to put Stevenson in handcuffs. But instead, Stevenson getting away. He gets that basketball back.
And Stevenson wants Medjri to get in position. Ball on the way, no. And Moore with another rebound.
Lots of three-pointers being taken here. Not a lot of them working.
Moore back to back.
Mackenzie Moore, back-to-back three.
And Lance Stevenson as Kenzie Moore ties the game at 23, forcing Liaoning to call the timeout.
Các位澳門的球迷可以留意下我哋嘅大屏幕，咁見到咧就係有個 QR code 啦，可以咧就係掃描一下呢個嘅二維碼 QR code 佢咧就係進入非凡12籃球賽互動流場咧，去支持你喜愛嘅球隊。
放3對放一點，就讓把手拿好。沒錯，it's good。下的人民波，3-point shot。12以內喲。Number 11 is called the 出剛才之後呢，你會明白。好。
9 straight points for Mackenzie Moore. Picked up from where he left off in that first period, completing that three-point play to beat the buzzer. Now he's open the second quarter with back-to-back three-pointers after a struggle to start the ballgame. Tied at 23 now. Liaoning with the basketball. Kong-Ming Chen attacks. Tries to give it to Mejri inside. Mejri too close to the basket. That's 2 points.
You know, it's a lot Mejri. He doesn't, he just goes back to basics, and that's what you have to love about how that man operates. Simple hook shots, simple pivots. He just gets the job done.
Magat with a wild shot, well defended. Kong from the corner, 3-ball.
You see how quickly he set himself up, squared his feet, made sure he was beyond the three-point line, let it fly, knocked down the 3.
A great pass as well from Liu. There's more attacks. That will mean 2 free throws again.
Also number 22, Lee Xiaoshu.
Lee Xiaoshu.
That's his second personal foul.
Spin right there from Moore. That will mean 2 free throws. The import taking charge here. The second period.
Well, Mackenzie Moore is definitely an offensive machine. We saw it in different tournaments that he has been a part of. He's just one guy who gets his energy from his offense. Once he sees his shots fall in, it puts him in a different mood, and he does the rest of the things, all the other things that are necessary to help his team.
When he's in the zone, it's pretty hard to stop. And right here, the defensive end, he's taking it. The responsibility to guard Lance Stevenson, and right there, he's whistled for the foul.
Oh, he is trying to intimidate Stevenson again, get under the skin of the NBA veteran.
Lance Stevenson played 19 years in the NBA.
14 on the shot clock.
Mejri goes back to the bench. Hen Tianju is back on the court. Kong, another 3, back to back.
He knew the moment that ball left his hands. And Liaoning is just a team that operates so smoothly. They were the champions of the CBA back in 2018. So you cannot take anything away from how this team operates, but look at that!
AJ McDaniels with a putback jam right there, and on the other end, KaTropa looking energized at the moment. Golia from the corner. That's good. With a 3 to cut the lead to just 1.
Well, I guess I'll have to take back what I said earlier, that you don't want the ball with Golia in that position. He has been working on that outside shot, and you know, he did not have 0 shot before anyway.
What about this one, Judd?
These are the plays that wake an entire team up. And you see them putting the effort in on both ends. After that block, a triple for the TNT KaTropa, courtesy of Golia, and suddenly they are within 1.
Lance Stevenson on the attack and drawing the foul. First free throw is good for Lance Stevenson.
We've seen several NBA caliber players, former NBA players, serve as imports here in the Terrific 12. And we saw how they can just turn it on at any moment they want. So that's something that you'll have to be aware of on both sides. If you're TNT, you have to understand that at any point, you know, Stevenson can decide, okay, I'm just taking over. The same thing with McDaniels and Moore as well, who I believe has that scoring ability at an NBA level.
And that's Stevenson again. We talk about turning up the switch, and taking charge, and Lance Stevenson doing just that.
You know, with Moore, he's very talented offensively. Maybe, of course, not the James Harden, not a 20-point scorer in the NBA, but I'm just saying he can get buckets.
Yeah, McDaniels on the drive using the left hand.
I'm ready to watch this all night.
35-32, Liaoning on top. Gao Xian is back in the game, pulls up for three. Offline on that one, Golia grabs the rebound. Moore. And Stevenson, McDaniels takes the three and knocks it down. Petrie drawn out all the way to the three-point line. And McDaniels knocking down the three to tie the game at 35. Stevenson, bully ball. And Stevenson gives Liaoning a 2-point lead. And Lance Stevenson proving more than equal to the challenge. And TNT KaTropa, 2-point lead for Liaoning. Matchup between the Liaoning Flying Leopards here and the TNT KaTropa of the Philippines. Liaoning on top by 2. Hong Ming Chen earlier hitting back-to-back threes, but it's been this guy, Lance Stevenson, who has been the catalyst for Liaoning as they took the lead 37-35. McDaniels on the attack. Gives it up to Magat, steps back to the three-point line, no good. Golia beating Stevenson to that rebound. Moore. McDaniels. See a mismatch, but Gao takes that ball away from Magat.
It's been the activity of TNT that's put some pressure, but pressure is not in the vocabulary of Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson. Like a freight train, really unstoppable.
You know, I think Lance is the guy who hears the buzz that's been surrounding him, and he wants to live up to the hype. Everyone's saying, okay, I want to see what Lance Stevenson is all about. He's ready to show everyone who said that.
Yeah,
he's ready to show out.
And more, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Lance Stevenson as Moore. Pass to Pogoy. Did not handle the pass. It was R. Pogoy in that corner.
Mackenzie Moore starting to get frustrated, but he can't dip his head down because he will definitely be relied upon by his team.
Pointer from Gao is short. And Mesri running into that TNT KaTropa bench, saying, exchanging highs and lows to that the KaTropa players.
I thought he was just asking if that seat was taken.
I can't take it. Kenzie Moore. Daniels providing the pick. Moore to the corner they go. Jason Castro, one dribble pull up short. Rebound Mesri.
Just no one who can match up with the height of Mesri.
Just open three, no. Daniels with the rebound.
Yeah, the Chinese have actually been able to generate good looks, but they haven't been able to knock them down.
Stevenson against Moore. Castro trying to double. Kick out. A nice pass to Gao. Behind the back to Medri. That ball tapped away.
A
by
little
McDaniels.
late. Yeah, a little late on the whistle was the referee, but he did see something there. McDaniels will be picking up his second personal foul.
Harvey Carey back in the ball game.
Casino for Jason Castro.
Casino as well, replacing Jason Castro.
Lineup
Lineup of TNT KaTropa. A bit decimated by injuries. They do have some key players out.
I think though that the absences on both ends, they kind of equal things out. I mean, Jason Castro did see action, but you still expect limited minutes for him.
Moore, the kick out to Pugoy. The pass to McDaniels, misses the three. Deal with the rebound, steal by McDaniels. Moore drops it off to McDaniels.
That was a beautiful find for Moore, understanding there was a better shot than one that he was ready to take.
Moore sticking close to Stevenson. Stevenson takes it in. Oh, what a goal! That's Stevenson. Would have none of that defense.
He's bumped up.
Moore again. Oh, Stevenson just runs it to Carey. No whistle here. Lance again. Gao draws closer. And Pugoy gives up the foul on Hechanju. The drive here. Using some English on the finish. Lance Stevenson.
And a technical foul has been whistled on TNT head coach Mark Dickel.
Hasn't been happy with the calls.
Moore has a point there, I believe. He's saying, and make a call. There was a collision between him and Medri, and there are times, it was on the other side, and when Moore was attacking, both of them fell, there was contact, and I feel what Mackenzie Moore is saying. Make a call, make a decision, whether it's a block or it's a charge. There was obviously a collision there.
Matt Stevenson will go to the line to shoot the technical free throw. After him, it will be Hechanju. There are 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Matt Stevenson living up to all the hype.
And more, like you said.
Yeah, he came to play. Last season we had a benefit to watch.
Who stood out for you among NBA players
Last
before?
year, Maurice Bates.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. But I was sorry to cut you off, but I was also so amazed with Darius Adams, who wasn't really in the NBA, but I hadn't seen him play before. That was the thing, and I heard that the guy was averaging 40 points per game in the CBA, and I was like, how? This must be a typo. And then he just went off and scored point after point.
Yeah, he got mad really in that ball game.
That's a level of play here in the Terrific 12.
Yeah, very good individual players. As well as Carey finds Casino. Casino to a cutting Pugoy, nowhere to go. Pugoy to the other side. That won't work. And the length of Medri just causing problems for TNT.
And you know what? Also, how active he has been and how hardworking Medri is. It's easy to take height for granted as well as length. But it's not just that for Salad. He goes and runs after every basketball, every loose ball.
The pass a bit delayed. This is Moore go all the way. Oh, Medri! What a chase down! Moore thought he had it dunked.
Oh, and a technical foul on Moore as well.
Look at the chase down here. And Moore asking for a foul. This is the goaltend clearly. But Medri catching up on Mackenzie Moore.
That's what we were talking about. Yes, he committed the turnover and errant pass to Lance Stephenson, but he hustled back to get it.
Really went in there very quick. He had for Tunisia in the World Cup, he had like double digits in blocks in one game.
Yeah,
Triple
that's
double
right.
with blocks as the usually the triple double is points, rebounds, and assists. Yeah. Measure with the blocks.
That's insane.
46-39. We have a timeout. A minute and 22 remain in the first half.
Come on, everyone, let's make some noise for our last game of tonight. Last game of day one. 澳門嘅球迷，請用熱烈嘅掌聲嚟歡迎我哋嘅 TNT everyone， come on！ Come on, man, please! Come on, TNT!
Every time. That's easy. I'm giving to you.
Enjoy the last game of day one. Make some more noise. Thank you so much.
If nothing happens,
Hey. Look, I'm gonna give you every time. Every time. Last minute. Every time.
Lance Stephenson has been doing a bit of everything for the Liaoning Flying Leopards.
Oh, tell me about it. Just I think he got challenged by the defense. Moore was playing on him.
Mejri, beautiful basketball to that game. Stevenson and Mejri connecting that time. As Casino brings the ball down for TNT. Liaoning extending the lead to 9. Casino inside they go. Foul on Gao. And Casino will go to the line for 2 free throws.
But right now, Coach Mark Dicko giving a lot of minutes to the second unit guys of TNT. They started out with Samboy De Leon, recently acquired. They started out with Casino. And for them, it's about giving that confidence to these guys, and they have responded. Casino aggressively attacking, even though he knew that Mejri was going to be waiting for him underneath the basket.
He hasn't been shy in taking his shots, Ricky Casino, as he makes his first free throw. 2 for 2 for JK Casino.
Cleanly sinking those freebies.
41, and Stephenson.
Well, the challenge right now for TNT is matching up with the height of the Chinese, especially height and shooting combined with that man, He Tianju.
10-point lead for Liaoning. Harvey Carey finds a 7-footer right in front of him. Mackenzie Moore, extra pass. Pogoy for 3, that's good.
Roger Pogoy's stroke is simply measured and meant for that long-range bomb in the corner.
And Stevenson with the basketball. Liaoning can go for the last shot of the half.
That's what they're trying to do, but an offensive foul there.
Pogoy down on the floor again. Looks like he will be whistled for the offensive foul. Yes. 1.8 seconds remaining here for TNT KaTropa to get a basket.
Remember back in the first quarter, Moore was able to get something going, and that's going to be 3 free throws.
Yeah, very smart from Mackenzie Moore. Really, look at this. And he went up as soon as he expected the contact there, John.
I gotta say that he got away with one there.
Yeah,
I mean, he did act like he was about to shoot it, but he was nowhere near being able to gather himself for a shot.
But the signal is a three-pointer. Mackenzie Moore with a chance to cut this lead to probably 4 if he makes all these free throws. Makes the first one. Very reliable scorer, Mackenzie Moore. It's been him and KJ McDaniel who have been leading the charge for TNT KaTropa.
Well, TNT, if Moore gets this to fall in, they'll have to play defense as there's still 2.86 up on the clock.
Let's go for a quick win here. Liaoning, not much time.
Mackenzie coming in for Mackenzie Moore.
Mackenzie Moore goes to the bench for this final possession of Liaoning. Stevenson. All the way from half court. Stevenson almost made a shot. That would have been spectacular.
Absolutely, but what was equally amazing was that counter run for TNT, just staying in their groove, their brand of basketball. They trimmed the deficit down to 4, 51-47 at the half.
幾位澳門嘅球迷咧嚟到係射籃嘅，咁啊由於咧就係第3場我哋射籃嘅時候咧，喺中場圈咧難度太高啊冇人入，太水皮啊，可能係未食飯。咁啊見到咧就係有6位嘅朋友喺度咧食晒飯㗎啦嘛，識射罰球啊嘛，使唔使示範一下？唔使示範啊，示範，我等我示範先 ，OK， 等我射下波先，揸住個咪。 只要你入罰球咧，就有機會贏得咧，就係東亞超級聯賽非凡12秒 T-shirt 一件，非常簡單。每個人1次罰球嘅機會，你嚟先啊！你啱啱練完波我聽講，你叫咩名啊？好嘢！我哋現場嘅朋友 ，Let's give him some cheers， is that okay？ 俾啲掌聲俾佢先啊！好嘢！咁啊，幾個？ Come on now, it's not easy to make 2 goals in half second. 喺度鼓勵 click， 下一位，可以每個人都攞波嘅話，我手咁短，好難得嘅嚇。嗱，今次嘅比賽用台咧都係 Sporting 贊助㗎，你要特別提一下。咁啱啱抌上去俾大家啲小嘅波仔咧都係 Sporting。Come on, make 3 goals, keep going. It's only 3 goals. Come on. Older than you and I can make 3 goals. Go on. Last one. Hold on. 澳門嘅球迷，嗱呢位係最尾一位人喺間射罰球，可唔可以再俾啲掌聲 ？Let's give him some clap, okay? And make sure you make this 3 goals. Come on now. Oh! Okay, next, easier. 1 step forward, 2 step forward from here. Okay, go. Come on. You gotta make shot. That's good. You want the T-shirt. Keep going. Next shot. Easy. Next. And now you be confident. 你俾一啲信心俾我哋睇下爭幾遠。好啦，圈前乜嘢？shot last one right here. Okay, people. OK， 我哋掌聲送俾我哋幾位澳門嘅年青球員，多謝晒。咁跟住落嚟咧，我哋好快咧會係進行第3節嘅賽事。嗱，記住啦，如果錯過咗現場嘅朋友，我哋可以留意翻 YouTube、Facebook 去 East Asia Super League 咧，去睇翻我哋嘅 replay 嘅。 If you missed out the game, you can also go to YouTube and also Facebook for the replay of our game. Thank you.
Realiza-se na manhã do dia 1 de dezembro, com partida do histórico Centro Desportivo Olímpico na Taipa. Para levantarem o chip e o dorsal, os atletas inscritos devem apresentar o recibo entre 24 e 30 de novembro no andar N do Broadway na KTN. Vai continuar a haver nesta edição o prémio do vestuário mais criativo e o sorteio para ganhar prémios do programa Descarregue as suas melhores fotografias. Bem-vindos ao estádio para encorajarem os atletas no dia da prova. Para mais informações, visite o nosso website.
Celebrate the 20th anniversary of the establishment of the Macau Special Administrative Region. The 30th Macau International Fireworks Display Contest on September the 7th, 13th, 21st, 28th and October the 1st and 5th. Experience Macau Sparkle Style.
不如星期六我哋一齊打乒乓波咯。
哇！
等我聽日咧去就定嘅場地預約先。
爸爸，其實用運動而家上體育局網頁就可以預約㗎啦，仲可以睇埋場地嘅租用情況添。
阿女啊，記得到時拎埋張運動二卡唔收據去登記喎。
知道啦，如果想了解多啲，可以上體育局公共體育設施網絡去睇啦。
公共體育設施網絡，大眾同享運動歡樂。
40º concurso internacional de artifícios de Macau. Nos dias 7, 13, 21 e 28 de setembro e a 1 e 5 de outubro. Venha sentir Macau com todo o seu brilho.
Just about ready to begin the second half of this matchup between Liaoning Flying Leopards and TNT KaTropa right here at the KaTropa Stadium in Macau. This is the Asian Super League Terrific 12, the last game of our quadruple header in day one. What has turned out to be the most exciting tournaments here in the continent. TNT KaTropa of the Philippines in white, Liaoning in black. KaTropa trailing by 4 as we begin the third period.
It was a strong finish the first half that TNT had. Mackenzie Moore getting fouled from the three-point area, getting him 3 free throws, and then starting out the third quarter with another triple to bring them within 1.
Mackenzie Moore drawing out Medri, and so that Medri will not go all the way out to the three-point line. Stephenson has been the difference for Liaoning. Great move there. And Stephenson takes it in.
It's been so easy for Stephenson because he had already imposed himself earlier. He made them feel how heavy he would be once he barges in, and now the defense of TNT has adjusted.
McDaniels, Asenio back to Moore. 5 seconds to shoot. Moore, crossover, attacks. Cassino has to put it up. 3 on the way. No good. And if you're Liaoning, you got to be happy with that defensive sequence, not allowing Moore to take the 3 ball or McDaniel.
Quick passing.
Teardrop, short. Defensive rebound. Gao wide open 3. No. Medri with another crack. Third possession here for Liaoning.
Here's a mismatch favoring TNT.
Gao, inside they go. Medri has to gather and puts it in. Basket. There's a lot Medri.
A lot of switches forced there by the Liaoning Flying Leopards until there was a mismatch that they were ready to exploit. It was a smaller defender on Medri. Moore feeling it.
2 3-pointers to begin the second half.
Got 22 points now.
Stevenson off the back.
Stevenson.
And that was just Lance Stephenson overpowering Mackenzie Moore.
22 points for Moore. Has Medri in front of him. McDaniels against Stevenson. McDaniels,
Hey,
another three. KaTropa 3 for 4 from beyond the arc here in the third period. As McDaniels increases his tally to 21 points, just behind Moore with 22.
That's what they'll need, that outside shooting. Because now the previous import that TNT played with was Terrence Jones, who also was an NBA veteran. What they did with him was have him orchestrate the offense and then kick out and then hit three-pointers. Something they found a lot of success with. And once they hit those three-pointers, TNT becomes a different team, one that's tough to stop.
And McDaniels, this time, it's a miss. Stevenson. Oh, what a move. But he stepped on the line. And he's not happy with the call. He says he was pushed. Missed a hesitation move. Stevenson.
Physicality here, rising to a new level.
57 to 56. KaTropa trailing by 1. Moore. Back out to McDaniels for the lead. That's good! KaTropa now on top. 4 3-pointers here in the first 3 minutes and 16 seconds of the second half. Moore and McDaniels working wonders in this two-man game.
Well, barely any respect coming from Liaoning. Stevenson just stunting and stunting. McDaniels throwing and hitting.
Tell him have somebody else guard him. I help. Have one of them guard him and I help. Well, because I'm gonna guard him for real in the first 4 quarters.
Stevenson on your screens has 22 points to lead Liaoning, but the duo of KJ McDaniels and Mackenzie Moore combining for 46 for TNT KaTropa. Now they are on top, 59 to 57, with 6:44 remaining in the third period.
And if there's a question there for this team, it's going to be the sustainability of how they've relied upon, they've relied on 2 guys. But if it's a matter of them, tapping into the talents of Moore and McDaniels, I'm sure those 2 are more than ready to provide. But the difference maker really here, Sadel, is the outside shooting, those 3-pointers. All of the conversions of TNT KaTropa here in the third quarter have been 3s, 4 of them to put them up by 2.
Stevenson trying to answer. Defensive rebound for Liaoning. They go to Mesri inside. Mesri. Hook shot, short. Rebound. McDaniels. TNT KaTropa back the other way. McDaniels steps back for another 3. No. Semana with defensive rebound. Finds Moore. De Leon is open. Good pass to McDaniels. 4 seconds to shoot. They locate Moore. Step back. Another 3. Moore.
Wow! Unconscious are the TNT KaTropa right now. 5 threes in the third quarter.
5 of 8 from the great beyond for Mackenzie Moore. He's up to 25 points. Look at this. Pushes that one through.
At the buzzer nonetheless.
Imports combining for 49 points for TNT KaTropa. 5:49 remaining in the third. 5-point lead. Three-pointer on the way. That's Li Xiaoshu knocking that one down.
Mejri, you know, things getting extra physical here.
The tallest player on the floor, Mejri, just barreling through the lane, and David Semerad goes down on the floor. They're making it hard for Moore now. And as he's bringing the ball down, Kong right there. De Leon goes into the lane, no. Semerad with the offensive rebound. De Leon for three, no good. Mejri grabs the board. Stevenson. Li Xiaoshu inside. Lee reverse, doesn't drop. McDaniels wins the battle for the loose ball. McDaniels, oh, difficult shot. Li Xiaoshu taps it to Stevenson. Stevenson barreling through. And David Semerad wasn't happy with the way Lance Stevenson ran into him. And David Semerad is not a little boy.
Oh,
he's a grown man.
You know, he tried to stop Stevenson, but there seemed to be a ward off from Stevenson. Oh, that's going to be at least a technical for Lance Stevenson, with him planting a finger right on the face of Semerad.
So it's a double technical, but a blocking foul as well for David Semerad. In comes Harvey Carey and our boy for Samboy De Leon, and David Semerad.
He has fouled out of the game because he was called for a personal foul and then a technical foul.
Do a good job there. David Semerad with crashing the offensive glass earlier, keeping possessions alive for TNT. Liaoning with the basketball. Swing it over to Lee. Oh, to drop it off to Mejri. Call a blocking foul on Carey. So
Well, you know what? That was good presence of mind as well. He was ready to drop that ball off, but as soon as he realized, okay, there's going to be a collision here, let me try to make an attempt. Oh, but they say that it was not in the act of shooting.
Well,
just as I was praising him for that presence of mind.
Stevenson. The corner, that won't drop. Casino grabs the rebound, and Stevenson hearing boos from the crowd, of the pro-Filipino crowd. Pogoy for three, no. Mejri with a rebound. Gao back the other way, and Pogoy gives up the foul. And TNT already in the penalty. I don't think Pogoy was aware.
Well, that's something that TNT is looking to capitalize on. Check that. Liaoning is looking to capitalize on, as there's still 4:33 left here in the third quarter. Actually, in the first half, both teams very efficient from the free throw line. Perfect 10 for 10 for TNT, while Liaoning shot 15 for 17 from the line. Here's Gao Xian.
First free throw is good for Gao Xian. And 2 points in the first half. Just his third point in the ball game. For two. High game at 62. 4.5 minutes remaining. Jason Castro is back. Castro against Gao. Goes out to McDaniels. Against Stevenson. McDaniels inside. inside. The Kevin carry lost the handle, and Kwong comes up with the steal.
That was great defense there. Actually, good intention for McDaniels.
Measuring inside and
But TNT asking for a traveling violation. What the referee said was that Medri released the basketball as it was held on by Harvey Carey.
Come on, everyone. Please check it out. Everyone look at here. Fans can. I promise you. If you're a good fan, we'll have our big team of you. Come on. Everyone. Fans from Philippines. Let's go, McCown. Stand up, stand up.
So they can't go high low. He's dragging it. He pops and they're going down. Deny that. Deny the reversal. Hey, great take. Offensively, next time down. Let's go Horns pass. Jason. Matt. KJ. Harvey. Jason will hit one.
Those three-point bombs have been the weapon of choice of TNT KaTropa. 12 bigs from behind the arc. Just incredible shooting from the TNT KaTropa. They're down by 2 though against the Liaoning Flying Leopards here.
Especially here in the third quarter, they've only scored 15 points here, and all 15 coming from beyond the arc.
More unable to control that basketball. Another turnover for TNT KaTropa. That
a dagger stare from Moore towards the referee, unhappy with the no call there.
Gao. Xiao Shu. Kong. Back to Gao. Go to Medri. McDaniels. Staying in front. Great defense by KJ McDaniels.
And a way to save that ball too. The hustle of TNT.
Castro takes it in. Doesn't get the roll, but Jason Castro recovers the basketball. McDaniels now with more attacks.
Familiarity for Salah Medri, understanding that he can tap that ball out.
And Stevenson goes back to the bench, takes a breather. Who's from the predominantly Filipino crowd here inside the Kapseak Stadium.
I guarantee you though that once this game is over, they see Lance outside, they'll still be rushing to take photos with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Harvey Carey to Pugoy.
That's just the loyalty of these fans.
5 in the shot clock for TNT. Pugoy, turnaround shot, no.
Would have been nice.
Yeah, McDaniels tried to keep that one alive. Ball goes back to Liaoning.
Yeah, you know that Ara Pugoy and Jason Castro are the 2 guys who need to get going here.
Xiao Shu inside. Another bucket for the big man of Liaoning, 66-62. Under 3 minutes remaining in the third. Kenzie Moore.
Oh, the snatch back, beautiful move. The kick out to Pugoy.
It's usually money for R. Pugoy, but that time, 3-ball won't work. Xiao Shu, no. And Pugoy just tapping that ball away as Kong was closing in for the offensive rebound.
You mentioned the 3-ball being the weapon of choice for TNT. And I feel like Liaoning has also tried to make that their weapon of choice, but shots haven't been falling because they have had quality looks. Wide open, even, just not falling in, and that's favorable for the TNT KaTropa.
And that Stevenson is 1 of 7 so far. The defense by Magat. McDaniels. Now putting pressure on him. Jason Castro.
There's a mismatch there. KJ McDaniels being picked up by Gao.
McDaniels draws closer. Inside he goes. And a foul on Mesri. McDaniels goes to the line for 2 free throws. A nice recognition there by TNT KaTropa.
You see here McDaniels. Even when he was in the NBA, he loved attacking the baseline and wanted to show his athleticism as well as some strength as he went up.
Smooth stroke though. KJ McDaniels, Mark Dickel there, the TNT coach. 2 for 2, KJ McDaniels, 26 points. Not far behind, Mackenzie Moore, 25.
Yeah, those two will definitely do the heavy lifting for the TNT KaTropa, and that's exactly what we've seen here.
The 3 from the corner, short. Guy with the offensive rebound.
Another quality look from Eugene Shan.
And getting a bit crowded there. Mesri steps out to the 3-point line. No good on the 3. Pogoy will be whistled for the foul. Chu, not much he can do there. Or Pogoy, but it looks like it is going to be an sportsmanlike foul. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I think he grabbed on the jersey of head. You see it there. He grabbed on the jersey, and obviously no play for the basketball. That's hard to argue if you're RR Pugoy.
The referee had a good angle there. See the coaching staff working on Lance Stevenson there. 2 for 2 for whom?
Translators. Of course, that's why you might be wondering why there were 2 people with Lance. There was a need for a translator.
4-point lead. Leo. Back to Gao for 3. No, offline. Mesri inside, lost the handle, and again, another foul on Pugoy.
That's his 3rd foul.
3rd foul on RR Pugoy.
That's going to be a big development because he's one of the guys they're hoping to rely on to mount this comeback on. Aside, of course, from their imports, Moore and McDaniels. Timeout called here by the TNT KaTropa.
B.G. 嚟自日本嘅球隊咧，將會喺聽日亮相，包括咧就係羽高高王球啦，專業嘅戰機係第一年咧係亞洲聯賽嘅啦，因為上年嘅冠軍後來嘅帝王都會咧嚟到咧係比賽，所以大家俾B.G. 嘅記住冇時間嚟睇直播嘅朋友可以留意 Facebook 或者 YouTube。
Now throw it either side, pass. If we throw to McKenzie, hand off and use 2 on ball. If we throw the other way, use 2 play on ball. Come on now, let's go.
Mesri goes to the free throw line, looking to extend this lead of the Liaoning Flying Leopards. 68-64 the lead of the Philippines.
2 free throws for Solo Mesri.
Mesri has been the biggest thing, literally, that Liaoning has been able to tap on to gain an advantage here. Look at his numbers, a double-double already.
2 for 2 as well. 6-point lead for Liaoning. Moore. Wow, on Gao. Not yet in the penalty.
Yeah, that's their last foul to give. Stuck with Moore a bit too much.
Sotros is in the ballgame replacing RR Pugoy.
Weirdly though, the shot clock was reset to 24, so Lots of time here for TNT to set up.
Castro to Magat over Benchry. Doesn't go. Liaoning back the other way. Gao wide open three. This time, no good. Benchry with another rebound. And problems again with the clock.
You know, so many misses from outside for Liaoning. And they keep on shooting because they understand that there is almost a Dr. Dish underneath in Salad Medri. He will collect that rebound and send it back out.
Yeah. Vosotros to Castro, back to Vosotros, but rejected by Medri.
Now TNT asking for a goaltend, but Medri had already tapped that ball, actually swatted that ball out before he tapped the rim.
18 on the shot clock.
Look at that! An emphatic rejection. Third block of the game for Salad Medri.
McDaniels testing the defense of Medri, and this time he is successful.
McDaniels just understanding how to get around the defense of a taller defender.
Liu on the attack. Kwong from the corner. That's good. 73 to 66. Liaoning able to settle down after TNT KaTropa briefly took the lead.
And they did this without Lance Stephenson.
More. McDaniels. Three. No. And this time, TNT KaTropa comes up empty on their final possession. 3 quarters down between Liaoning and TNT KaTropa. It's the Flying Leopards with a 7-point lead as we head into the 4th.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, come on now, let's welcome Pop Play from Korea. Thank you so much, you Pop Play from Korea. All the time, the team of Pop Play.
About ready to begin the 4th and final quarter in this matchup between TNT KaTropa of the Philippines and the Liaoning Flying Leopards of China. Matt Stevenson on your screen already has 22 points, despite shooting 1 of 7 from beyond the arc, and he starts the 4th for Liaoning together with Medri, Heng, Kong, and Gao. Double Medri, McDaniels and more. They go back to Medri. Inside he goes, that's good.
Overhead. He just stayed patient and fumbled that basketball a couple of times, but remained composed. And that's the makings of a good basketball player. Especially Liaoning now trying to double Medri. They have to find a way to play out of Salad.
McDaniel showing us the athleticism, just could not complete the steal. This time, Jason Castro has it. Moore inside he goes. Bucket plus the foul.
Looks like we saw a weakness in the game of He Chanju. He is not someone you want to bring down or to handle the basketball more than maybe 2 seconds, especially when there's pressure. He panicked, wanted to pass out to Lance Stephenson, but obviously Jason Castro ready for it and ready for this counter attack.
So He Chanju is replaced by Lee Xiaoshu. Kenzie Moore trying to complete the three-point play, 27 big points. Make that 28. 6-point lead for Liaoning.
Once again, when Liaoning went on that run that put them back on top, they did not have Lance Stephenson on the floor. Let's see what he'll be able to provide.
Medjri against McDaniels. Medjri puts it in, plus the foul.
I would say that was kind of an obvious foul. We saw the double team of Moore and McDaniels trying to dislodge Medjri. But what I've been amazed with Salah Medjri is how he's able to, his grip, the strength in his grip of that basketball. It's been remarkable because the TNT KaTropa have found it so difficult to at least tap that ball. At the very least, tap it out of the control of Medjri.
Now Ning on top by 8. Medjri could not complete the three-point play. Castro with a runner, that won't work. Rebound Medjri. Stevenson. Stevenson on the move. He misses the layup, bothered by Magat's defense. Busotros to Magat. Oh! Medjri!
Are you talking about defense? Said Medjri.
Wow. He spikes this ball away. And Medjri, just the way he's been able to protect that rim for Liaoning, just remarkable.
And it's more than just height, Sadelf. It's his timing as well.
Moore. Fresh screen for McDaniels, throws the three, no. Defensive rebound, it ends up with Stevenson. Medjri, they whistle a foul on McDaniels. That will be foul number 4 on KJ McDaniels, but they're asking for a goaltend.
Let's see here on the replay.
Looked like it was on the way down.
It looked like it bounced off of the board first, but you know what? I felt that McDaniels already had a better of the call when he wasn't called for an unsportsmanlike foul because he kind of pushed Medjri from his waist.
Yeah, but he was also going for the ball, and we're seeing here referees discussing.
They're consulting with the game commissioner.
Foul number 11, KJ McDaniels.
So just 2
no
free
basket,
throws.
yeah. But indeed, 2 free throws for Salah Medjri.
Short on the first. Really no one in this TNT KaTropa lineup can match up with Medjri with his size right there.
That's also the 4th foul on KJ McDaniels, so he's got to be careful.
78-69, just 1 for 2 for Salah Medjri. Golia providing the pick for Castro. Golia launches the 3, that's good! Brian Golia with 6 points.
On 2 3-pointers. Something that he's not able to do on the regular in the PBA.
Stevenson barreling his way inside, that's a foul. Matt Stevenson, the strength and the handles right there on full display.
Stevenson, just a wrecking ball whenever he decides to attack the lane. He was trying to get his outside shooting to go. He made his first attempt from downtown, but since then has struggled. But now it was back in the second quarter when he made it a mission to attack the defense and just overpower anyone and everyone who stands in his way.
As Stevenson goes 1 for 2, extending the lead to 7. 7.5 minutes remaining in this ball game. Jason Castro has it.
Look at the speed of Castro.
Oh, Jason Castro on the ball screen, just get it.
You have to be quick on your feet if you want to stay in front of that man.
Stevenson, get the switch, Golia on him. Stevenson trying to go to work. Hesitation move. Stevenson with a left hand.
You see what he does, just hesitation after hesitation. And the moment your feet react, that's when he goes. And it was an open lay to the basket for him.
Castro on the other end. And the mismatch. Vosotros, extra pass to Moore. 5 seconds in the shot clock. Back to Vosotros for 3, offline. Offensive rebound, Castro. Moore inside.
There's no entry for Liaoning right now, and that's why Jason Castro has gone to work, attacking and attacking.
Stevenson again, 81 to 76. Stevenson pushing away Moore. For a friend, finds one. On the attack, Liu. Oh, foul. Looks like it is going to go against Golia.
Golia will now be picking up his 3rd foul.
And then almost immediately, Medri is sent back in. Need his size there. TNT KaTropa has been having their way on the boards in a couple of possessions.
I don't know how that is not a shooting foul. That's the rule on the floor.
10 seconds on the shot clock of Liaoning. Medri, 3, no. Halfway in for Salah Medri. Jason Castro with a basketball against Gao.
There's that ball screen. That's what Castro loves working with.
McDaniels.
Good defense for Medri there.
Vosotros back to McDaniels. Medri will be whistled for the personal as McDaniels went in on the drive. It's a tripping foul actually, and a technical as well for Medri.
Technical foul on number 50,
And only his third foul. And he tripped McDaniels there. And Moore will go to the line to shoot the technical free throw.
So for Medri, he's got to be careful because he as well has 3 fouls now.
Yeah, both Lance Stevenson and Medri with 3 fouls. Mackenzie Moore has 3 fouls. KJ McDaniels has 4. Fresh 14 here for TNT KaTropa. Oh, turnover. As Moore didn't have a the referee saying he wasn't able to establish position on the inbound. And still on the outside when he recovered that basketball. Yeah. Good call there.
TNT on the brink of penalty here with a little over 5 minutes remaining.
Stevenson. Against Moore. Go inside to Medri. Golia right there. Oh, travel. Salah Medri. Medri aiming. All those hands reaching into his arms as well.
Very good coverage there for Golia and Vosotros.
Yeah, Vosotros just making a nuisance of himself there. Liaoning, of course, dominating the rebounds. Castro for 3. That's short. McDaniels. Not get the putback to go. Gao. To Kong. Back to Gao. Kenzie Moore right in front of him. Pugoy now guarding Stevenson.
Yeah, they want to relieve Mackenzie Moore of some work on the defensive end.
Kong misses the 3 from the corner. Castro with a rebound. Jason Castro looking for Pugoy, tapped away by Gao. Turnover, Tokatex.
Good read there on the defensive end for Liaoning.
Crossover, Stevenson. Throws it down, wow! A rim rattler from Lance Stevenson, and the crowd appreciating his efforts.
See, the same people who were booing him, they were the same guys who cheered for that dunk.
Absolutely.
You can explain though, it's hard to boo what he just did.
Pugoy misses the three. Pugoy gets it back. RR looking for more. Good closeout. More inside. Stevenson with the steal. Lance Stevenson. Flashy play from Lance Stevenson.
Oh, and there's the dance. There's the dance.
And even the pro-Filipino crowd enjoying the exploits of Lance Stevenson.
How can you not enjoy what entertainment he has brought here in Macau? They call this a city of entertainment. The entertainer is in the building in Lance Stevenson.
Let's go together, everyone in Macau. Let's together, everyone in the stadium. 所有球迷一齊跟住我哋嘅 TNT 嚟拍掌啊！
Chat, look at that guy in the corner. You don't like it, man? Hey, we're fine. A score and a stop. Hey, on an offensive rebound. Hello. Kick out here. Let's go.
Okay, thank you very much, TNT.
Stevenson putting on a show in Macau. 25 points, 8 assists, and a couple of steals as well.
Are you entertained, Sidelf?
Absolutely. But
I'm pretty entertained.
But, you know, we have another timeout on the floor. So, stick around. 85-77 with 4 minutes remaining.
So just go ahead and hand out all the gifts that you have from Terrific Claw.
Under 4 minutes remaining in this ball game, TNT KaTropa with the basketball. Moore is fouled.
Shooting a three-pointer.
Yeah. Smart play there by Mackenzie Moore. Go to the line for 3 free throws. But the Adler's tallying already with 31 points.
3 free throws for Mackenzie Moore.
Oh, Moore has been the provider. He has carried TNT for most of this fight, him together with KJ McDaniels, but he has also had to work on the defensive end, trying to slow down Lance Stevenson. And it was only here in the fourth quarter that we saw RR Pugoy being put on Stevenson, perhaps to relieve Moore for a little bit.
There's some signs of fatigue, really. As this is 2 free throws. Coach Mark Dickel there. As TNT KaTropa down by 8. 3:51 remaining. Do they have one more run in them? 1 for 3. That's the lead to 7. Now with the basketball.
You know, here in the fourth quarter, what Liaoning has done is played to their advantage. And their advantage has obviously been with this man, Lance Stevenson. Him and Salametri.
Yeah, but that time, Lance misses. As McDaniels misses on another three. The boy trying to hustle, but Li Xiaoshu picks it up. Liu Jishuan. Liu to Mesri, inside, easy bucket for Salah Mesri.
You know, that is a candidate for the easiest bucket I've ever seen. Because of his height, he's just able to rise over everyone, really.
Oh, McDaniels just trying to put Mesri on a poster. And Mesri giving up the foul to send McDaniels to the free throw line.
That's going to be the fourth foul on Salah Medri. But he had no other option but to defend there, and he still was able to deny McDaniels of easy 2 points. Now McDaniels will have to take it via 2 free throws.
First free throw is good for KJ McDaniels. Now up to 28 points. They haven't made a three in the fourth period, TNT KaTropa. 87-80. Stevenson. Moore right there trying to slow him down. Lance. Using the Mesri pick. Well read by Castro, that pass to the corner.
Yeah, Jason was ready for it. Even when Lance was... You see, that's the thing about Jason Castro. Even when Lance was sizing up Mackenzie Moore, Castro was already looking at where Stevenson would eventually send that ball, and that's why he was able to read it well.
Li Xiaoshu. Gao. Goes left, the kick out. Oh, missed everything there. Jianzhu. Moore. Castro to Pugoy. Back to Castro. Castro sees daylight. Pugoy from the corner. Short on the three. Moore inside. Layup is good. Lead is down to 5. Liaoning needing a basket here. TNT has come alive in the last couple of possessions. As Moore gives up the foul on Stevenson, that will be a fourth.
And that's going to be 2 free throws for Stevenson. Now TNT is in a turbulent situation with both imports, Mackenzie Moore and KJ McDaniels, with 4 fouls. And they haven't just been providers on the offensive end. They have done so much on the defensive end as well. The biggest thing, of course, is Mackenzie Moore picking up Lance Stevenson for 90% of this game.
Lance Stevenson 2 for 2 at the free throw line, 89-82.
I expect the 2 imports to attack Salah Medri now that he has 4 fouls.
The kick out. Deflected by Lance Stevenson. Ball will stay with KaTropa. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Under 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Magat looking for Castro. Jason trying to find a way through, but taken away by Mesri. Active hands there by Salah Mesri.
He has just been a beast on the defensive end. Of course, that's a steal, but so many blocks for him as well.
Stevenson. Yes, McDaniels lands all the way for the Lance Stevenson putting the finishing touches for Liaoning Flying Leopards.
Well, this is just a 3-possession lead for Liaoning. I know it's going to be tough, but I'm just saying there's going to be more than 3 possessions left in this game. If TNT can shoot the way they did at the start of the third quarter, maybe a slim chance.
Kenzie Moore. Moore. Fadeaway is good. Glimmer of hope here for TNT. McDaniels with a steal.
See, that's a stop they need. They can go quickly here.
The kick out. McDaniels for 3. Short. Stevenson with the rebound. Mesri. Now with Gao.
Lance wants it. He wants to add more. He's got 31 in this game.
Against De Leon. Stevenson. Kick out to Gao. Extra pass. Too strong on the 3. Li Xiaoshu. Vosotros. De Leon. Extra pass. More for 3. That's good. 32 seconds remaining. Lead is down to 4.
This is a break for the TNT KaTropa. Big shot by Mackenzie Moore, and he has had so many of those already.
That's the second foul.
Our Pugoy trying to
Comes
in as an added threat for TNT KaTropa. 13.4 seconds remaining. Frank Golia as well.
Frank Golia for
Samboy De Leon.
Oh, they might need 3-point shooters. Golia's had a couple of them.
Now Shi Yan makes the first. Still a 2-possession game. 5-point lead.
Lance Stevenson trusting in Gao, your team captain, asking the rebounders to get ready to play defense.
2 for 2 for Gao Shi Yan.
Hoping Chen coming in for
Hoping Chen coming in for Salah Mesri for some perimeter defense. Kenzie Moore picks up that basketball. Moore attacks. Moore lays it in. 4-point game. They trap Stevenson on, and a foul on Moore. That will be his 5th.
Holding foul number 94, Mackenzie Moore, penalty.
That's going to be it for Mackenzie. Exiting the game with 41 big points. He tried his very best to help his team, but will have to exit and will have to trust his teammates in the final 20.7 seconds.
What a job by Mackenzie Moore tonight. 41 of the 89 of TNT KaTropa.
The free throws for Lance Stevenson.
And Stevenson at the free throw line. When he took over in the 4th, that spelled trouble for TNT KaTropa.
And boy, what a performance this has been. It's more than just the points. The entertainment has been provided as well.
Point lead for Liaoning. McDaniels for 3. Too strong. And there's another foul.
That's going to mean free throws, more free throws.
That's his first personal foul. Coming in for Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson exits the
The
game.
crowd
Appreciating the performance from Lance Stevenson. 5 to 89. Two for 2 for Kong Ming Chen. Sotros. Fade away doesn't work, and AJ McDaniels with a tip. Liaoning asking for a timeout. 5-point lead for the Flying Leopards.
scan 下數條下，立刻進入非法參與籃球賽互動留言場啦。支持你喜愛球隊留言。So you can look at the QR code and the double screen. Scan it and you can leave comments for your favorite team. 可以俾我睇一睇咧，就係一啲 comment 啊。我見前點就講咧，遼寧男籃加油！我愛房家輝，哇，雖然咁講喎嚇，個艾倫今次有冇嚟嘅 ？Lance 加油！誒，咁不過喎，你咪謝謝 MC 喂 ，MC 工作人員幫我睇下邊個 MC 加油，希望你下次拋球用佢一點。華遠可唔可以現場啊？我即刻送個波俾你啊！
Stevenson ripping the clock away. That will do it. Victory for the Liaoning Flying Leopards. 96-91, the final score. And Stevenson bringing out that air guitar. Big win to start the tournament for Liaoning Flying Leopards. They beat TNT KaTropa of the Philippines 60-91, and Lance Stevenson leading the way. Salah Menshri also providing some providing an impact on both ends of the floor. TNT KaTropa finishing with 14 pointers, but despite that, Liaoning Flying Leopards come away with a 5-point win to open their campaign in the East Asia Super League Terrific 12 Tournament 2019 edition. Day 1 done and dusted here at the Tapsec Stadium in Macau. Stick around tomorrow as we continue our coverage of the East Asia Super League Terrific 12. Day 2 is tomorrow. Coverage starts at 3 p.m.
Obviously, we heard the boos, we also heard the cheers. A lot of this crowd came out for you. What kind of show did you want to provide?
Just having fun. We got a good team, so I have to try to get my teammates involved. And what's up?
I'm sorry, they had to. We're here with the best player of this match, the win of the Liaoning Flying Leopards, Lance Stevenson. Lance, this crowd came out here to watch you hoop, to watch you entertain them. What kind of show did you want to put out?
Just have fun, play hard. We got a good team. This is our first game, and we're getting to know each other. So this was a tough game for us, but as we go on, we're going to learn each other more and get some wins.
Obviously, had a lot of fun out there, put out some highlights. Walk me through what happened in that fast break play. You brought out a little bit of the dance, and that dunk, you went down the lane.
Just playing hard, man. Just having fun out there, trying to win the game, and I try to excite the fans a little bit, but most importantly, win the game.
Everyone's wondering, you think the Lance guitar is going to come out in Macau?
Oh, definitely. I love the guitar.
All right, congratulations, Lance. Lance Stevenson of Liaoning.